Hi guys, PJ back again taking a look at the PC release of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now, this one I'm not actually ready to play myself just yet, but I've got it because I'm a big fan of the Assassin's Creed games. In fact, I'm still playing through Origins. I'm about halfway through that at the moment, and I bought that on launch day, so if I sort of waited for me to complete one before getting the next one, these videos would come out when the game was in the history books. So here we are. So anyway, we've quickly started the game, we've done the initial sort of quests and everything, and this is basically a video to show you what all the settings and all the options are in the game and how tweakable it is. I can say this straight off the bat, it runs really well. I'm running it on a 30 FPS lock, fully maxed out at the moment, as I will show you, or near as damn it fully maxed out. Unlocked, the game runs for me between, well, anywhere between 40 and 60 FPS, but probably that's down to a really old CPU. This is an FX 8350 at 4.2, so it is very old. Running a GTX 1060 6GB, it's the Asus ROG edition, so it is overclocked, and 16GB of RAM. The game is installed on a Samsung SSD, and Windows Pro is installed on a Intel SSD, and that's Windows 10 of course. So without further ado, I'll show you all the settings and options, and then after that I'll run you some gameplay without VSync on and without the frame rate limiter on, just so you can see for yourself sort of how it copes and how it runs. So here we are, options menu. Go straight into it. Display, well, yeah, got your brightness, got your windowed mode, full screen mode and borderless mode there, whichever display you're running it on. I've run this on a 4K HDR TV, and yes, it looks very nice. HDR worked, which is quite something for a Windows game. I do seem to have a lot of trouble with HDR in certain games. This did work, it was fine, not a problem. Very good. However, in my opinion, it looks nicer on an ultra-wide monitor than a TV, and my current PC setup isn't capable of running this game at 4K, or to be fair, even 1440p Ultra is a no. Now, a lot of you guys with PC will want the frame rate at 60 all the time. I'm not like that. I quite like to have all the dials turned up to the max so the game can look really nice. I'm quite happy with 30 FPS lock, it's just my preference. Obviously, if you want to run a 60 FPS, a lot of Ubisoft games, it is difficult to do that, as we know. But, like I say, I'm quite happy with the 30 and the game looking really nice. It is smooth as well, it's a smooth 30. I mean, I'm playing Origins on an Xbox One X. It does look nice, I must admit, and it is smooth. This game on PC, in my opinion, looks nicer. I will definitely be going with this version. I've got Origins on PC as well, and to be honest, I regret now playing the Xbox version of it. I should have stuck with the PC version of it. You know what it's like there, you want to try everything, so end up buying multiple copies. Common enough, but there we go. So, aspect ratio, obviously you've got 16:9 and you've got all, okay, all is good. 16:10, 16:9, there you go. So, I'll leave it on native, 21:9 there. Native resolution, it does go all the way up to 4K, like I was saying, couldn't test it any higher than that. I've got an 8K TV lying around to do that. Goes down to 640p is the lowest I could get it on my normal TV. So 640p is pretty much the lowest I could find. Maybe if you had some other form of monitor you could go lower on that. On my monitor it's fixed, as you can see, so I can't show you any other options. Resolution modifier, 100%. Obviously if you crank this up you're going to have quite a big GPU hit, so you'll be downsampling. I could run it to 120% and still keep it at 30 frames per second lock. So yeah, you know, I'm not doing right now as you can see, but it did hold 30, and yes, it looked slightly crisper, so it is an option. It's just quite taxing, so if you're struggling, keep it on 100. Refresh rate obviously depends what your monitor supports. 30, 75 there is what I've got. Take your pick. You know, I'm keeping it on 60 at the moment because 30 is half of 60. VSync, we have an adaptive here, although I was noticing the odd screen tear across the top inch of the screen. Not to my preference, so I kept it just as on, and obviously you've got off as well. Now field of view, yeah, you can stretch that out, but it is quite taxing again, so I'm leaving that on 100%. FPS limiter, on and off. You can set your value, of course, 35, 45, 60, all the way up to 90. Don't think I could hit 90 if I wanted to. Maybe on low, but certainly not on these settings. Right, HDR, when you've got it plugged in the correct set. Settings, it's basically same as Origins. You go a white paper test, and you basically set it until you can't see the image anymore. Can't show you that because we're plugged into my monitor at the moment. And FreeSync to HDR if your display supports it. Okay. And also, of course, your graphics card. Graphics menu. Loads of tweakable stuff here, and it's really nice. It gives you an image on the side showing you what everything does as you adjust it. So as an example, if you're on clutter very high and you go down, 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 down to low, you can see the clutter disappear in front of you. And it also shows you the VRAM hit. So if you look, we just go to textures, I think that'll change it. So we're on 3719 at the moment. There you go, 3127. So you can generally keep the game under 4 gigabytes. Just bearing in mind if you're using a GTX 970, you're going to have problems because it's really only got 3.5 gigabytes of usable VRAM. If you go over that, it's going to slow it down no end, so try and stay under that. You can have an adaptive quality, which will adjust everything to suit your FPS preference. We've got 30, 45, 60 there. And we have obviously low, medium, high. I'll show you these. There's ultra high, very high, high, medium and low. Now I will say this, the very high compared to the ultra, it's about an 18% benefit. It helps that much. I mean, the hit on graphics isn't too bad. It's not that noticeable in game. So if you're struggling and you knock it down a peg, you're going to gain about 18% performance back. So yeah, you might want to think about that one. What have we got? Anti-aliasing here we have high, adaptive again, medium, low and off. Oops, put it on high, there we go. Shadows, I've got it on very high. This is the only thing I dial back a little bit. You've got ultra, but it's very hard to tell in game. So I mean, you can see from the little picture it's slightly sharper, not much really. There we go, low. So yeah, you can do little tailored cutbacks here and there without noticing too much. Environment detail, again I'm running it very high, but you can go right the way back there, showing you the little picture. A lot of these settings you do have to reload the game when you apply them, so just bear that one in mind, okay? Bit of a pain, there we go. Texture detail high, medium and low. Not too big a hit to be honest, putting that one on medium, it still looks very nice. So again, that's another cutback you could possibly do if you're struggling. Terrain, like just medium and high, there is no low, which is an unusual one on a UB game. Clutter, just showing you that one, what it does there, not too low back. Clutter meaning grass. The fog is a big hit. I've seen the fog very early on in the game and it is quite taxing. Unlocking the frame rate on it, I dropped down to 35, 36 FPS constant. So unless you're doing a 30 FPS lock, this one is taxing. I had got it on high at that though, so you might want to drop it down, medium or low. Low looks a bit speckly and weird in places, so medium really is a nice setting to have. Okay, so what else have we got here? We have, where were we? I can't remember where we were. Fog. Here's fog. There's fog. Water. Again, pretty taxing. It looks really nice on high though, so if you can push this one, do it. Because when you start turning it down, it looks rather flat. It just looks like a flat surface rather than the nice effects. High would be, you know, the one to aim for really. Obviously, if you can go very high, brilliant. Screen space reflections, yeah, massive hit, but massive performance gain. I mean, if you turn them down to medium, they literally just about switch off. Look, there's the difference. Big performance hit though, you will gain quite a lot by turning these off. So there you go, those off. Off and medium, a little bit in it, not much. Again, if you can keep them on high, it's very nice. Volumetric clouds, these things are really taxing. I must have lost 8 to 10 FPS with these on Ultra, but again, they're a nice effect to have. Dropping them down to high is a decent benefit on these. Low, yeah, you don't look at the sky very often, so if you need to, you could probably drop them all the way down. It's not a big deal, really. It is a bit of a resource hog for saying you don't stand looking at the sky all the time. Maybe put them on ultra high if you're in photo mode, you know, if you're going around taking pictures, because it's got a great photo mode in this game, really nice. Texture detail, we have high, medium, low. Try and keep that one high. It's not too taxing really. Stuff looks really nice up close. The armour and stuff stands out really well. Character detail again, they're a bit bland on low, so you know, keep it medium or above. Ambient occlusion, I'm running, as you can see here, on medium. Knock that back a little bit. As low. Gets a bit blurry on. No, it's not low. It's even off. Sorry. There we go. Just brings a lot back in. Look, putting it on the minimum one. You can see for yourself there, that's sort of the minimum, and then obviously all the way up, not much difference, so I left that one on medium. Depth of field, again, can be taxing. There's high, there's low, and there's off. So, as you can see, I'm running it on a locked at the moment, so this graph's pay no attention to this, it's no use at all, but after I've run through all the rest of these options and stuff with you, you'll see some gameplay where I've got it unlocked, running around, and yeah, it runs pretty nice, not bad at all. Gameplay. No, we don't want to change our graphics. Right. Blood effects on and off, simple enough. Difficulty, it was on easy just so I could take some pictures, get some footage, etc. Honestly, I wouldn't play it at that. Yeah, I probably would actually, just to get through it, because these games are like, what, 80 hours? It takes forever. Anyway, well, 2 years or whatever it is after release of Origins, and I'm still playing it, so yeah, it takes me a long time to get through stuff. Aim assist there, you've got full, light and off, and partial. Tells you what they all do there on the right hand side. Photo mode, you can disable it should you want to, don't know why you'd want to do that. And guided, basically if you don't put that on, nothing lights up on your map, so you literally have to wander around and find everything and explore properly. That's really good if you're into that type of game. You know, if you struggle on time like I do a lot, guided is a big help, because it just puts you a big quest marker up and you just follow it and go to it and do your quest. This game is notorious for sort of level blockers, so you, for example, you get to like level 25 and then you're going to have to grind and do a lot of side missions to get to the next main story mission to be able to do it, because you'll be under leveled. Loot boxes, etc. can help with that, whether you think they're good or bad, that's up to you. So yeah, I leave it on guided for myself, so I know what I'm doing and where I'm going. There's enough of the map to explore in that mode for me. Thank you. Preference. HUD. Yep, like all of the Ubi games, you can disable stuff. So show all, light, minimal, and disabled. So it's warning you there not to really disable it all. Sound. Yeah, it's got some nice sound effects. It's got dynamic range, but it's not surround sound. It is only stereo. Okay, so we've got frequency. Look, that's just how often it cuts in. No, it's not. Nothing to do with quality or anything. So no surround sound, sadly. Unlike the new Battlefield, which has phenomenal surround sound. And again, they all have phenomenal surround sound. Language. Yeah. There you go. There's all your options for languages. So it's pretty well covered, as you would expect with a Ubi game. These guys put a lot of work into their games. Audio language. There you go. And subtitle language, again, good array there. Display your subtitles on and off, subtitle speaker name on and off, subtitle background on and off, subtitle size, you've got basically small and large. It's large, regular. Yeah. Well, small is pretty big, so this sort of size text, so you're good with that. Controls, yep, keyboard, yep, you can redefine everything. I personally wandering around using an Xbox controller, also a DS4 PlayStation controller works fine, no problems at all with that one. I'll just scroll you down so you can see the rest here. There we go. There we go. Back to game. Like I say, gorgeous looking game. The artwork is fantastic on this. Some of the armour sets that I've been having a look at are really, really detailed and nice. Really smooth as well. Sometimes a 30 FPS on PC can feel not as smooth. It's to do with frame times and stuff. This feels smooth. It's very nice to play at 30 FPS. So a good job by Ubisoft, for me anyway. So guys, what I'm going to do is leave you with a bit of uncapped frame rate footage with no VSync on, so you can have a quick look at the FPS and see how it goes. And that's it from me. I'll see you again next time on the next PC release. Might be Hitman. Might be doing Hitman 2 next. We'll see what comes out. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll leave you with the footage. Bye for now.
Spartan! I'll bring Xerxes your head! Xerxes sends his sheep to slaughter. Come, Persian! I will bring Xerxes your head, you insolent Spartan fool! Come and get it! Your bloodline ends today, Spartan! I'll get drunk on your blood as the crows feed on your eyes! You will try, and you will fail! Xerxes is the king of kings! All will bow before him after I crush you! Come, fool! Enough talk! Time to die! My son is more of a warrior than you! Once I'm done with you, king, all of Sparta's sons will be slaves for Xerxes! Sparta's sons would rather die! That can be arranged! Not so tough without your army to protect you! Then why are you bleeding so much? No match for a Spartan!
We are betrayed, my king. Xerxes knows of the path behind the mountain. They are coming.
By dawn, he will be completely surrounded.
We are Spartans. When are we not?
Spartans. That word will mean nothing when Xerxes wipes your bloodline from the face of...
Today was a day the Persians will never forget. Tomorrow is a day the world will